Then the Aam Janta. That's India. That's how we have to understand the 234 lakh crores.
This is actually very well summed up, Mr. Sinha, because we are looking at multiple cities. Bengaluru, because the IT hub, these are also upwardly mobile, as you say. The middle class largely living in tier 2 cities. But is Ahmedabad really a tier 2 city then?
No, Ahmedabad is 10 million people, 1 crore people. So it's not a tier 2, it is a tier 2 city, but definitely not a tier 3 or a tier 4 city. But people who are living in these bustling cities, who are making a comfortable living as shopkeepers, as small business people, they typically represent the middle class.
Okay, and then we have someone who is the Aam Janta. Perhaps the next slide will be able to explain that better, which will be the pyramid, because that will perhaps give us a sense of how we are looking at these various income groups.
Yes.
Income pyramid. Why are we looking at it in the form of a pyramid, Mr. Sinha?
So this is a very important chart for everybody to understand what we are striving to do as we build a Viksit Bharat. अगर हमें विकसित भारत बनाना है, we want everybody to develop जो विकास यात्रा, the journey of development. What does that actually mean? Not in an abstract GDP way, right? So when you talk about some abstract GDP number, it's very difficult to relate to that. So what we've tried to do is to say कि we have a global class, we have a middle class, and then we have Janta. Where were they 10 years ago? How has that developed? Where are they now, and where are they likely to be when we get to Viksit Bharat in 2047? So if you go back and you say, okay, 10 years ago, where was the global class? It was only about 11 million households. The middle class was only 28 million households, and the vast majority of people were in the Aam Janta. That's where we were 10 years ago, right? Now, what is remarkable is that over the last 10 years, there's been tremendous growth. So the number of people in the global class has now gone to 40 million households. That's almost quadrupled. That's the tremendous development that's happened. The number of people in the middle class has doubled. It's gone from 28 million to 60 million, and then you have still 225 million households that are in the Aam Janta. So this is the social dynamism, this is the income mobility that has happened over the last 10 years. And as we move forward on this Vikas Yatra, on this journey towards Viksit Bharat, what is going to happen, and this is very important to understand, is that we are going to shrink the number of people in the Janta, which are, not able to get a regular sustained income and so on, but we'll shrink that to only 72 million households. We will have the vast majority of Indians in the middle class, 174 million households. And then, of course, in the global class, people who are plugged into the whole global economy and so on, that number is also going to grow dramatically. It's going to go up by almost 4 times. So as we move towards Viksit Bharat, the whole income pyramid of India itself is going to change. That's what this development means.
One concern